Sudan, the silent war shaking the world. In the vast, sun-baked land of Sudan, where ancient kingdoms once flourished, where the Nile carved life through the desert, where cultures mix like the colors of a woven tapestry. Today, silence is broken by the sound of gunfire. Families are running. Cities are burning. And a nation that once dreamed of democracy now struggles simply to survive. This is the story of Sudan's war, a conflict the world barely talks about, yet one that could shape global security, global markets, and the lives of millions far beyond Africa. From minerals to migration, from shipping lanes to superpower rivalries, Sudan's crisis reaches deeper than anyone imagines. In this video, we uncover the truth behind a war that refuses to stay hidden, a war fueled by power, gold, foreign influence, and the struggle for Sudan's future. Chapter 1. The Breaking Point, April 15, 2023, a date that would change Sudan forever. After years of political instability, two powerful forces, the Sudanese armed forces known as SAF, and the rapid support forces known as the RSF, turned their guns on each other. Once allies, now bitter rivals, each determined to control the nation, the government, and the wealth buried beneath Sudan's soil. Khartoum, the capital, became a battleground overnight. Hospitals shut down, power lines cut, water stopped flowing. People tried to escape, but roads were blocked, airports attacked, and the city was swallowed by chaos. In just a few months, Sudan would face one of the largest humanitarian crises on earth. Chapter 2. Why this war began. To understand this war, we must go back to the fall of dictator Omar al-Bashir in 2019. After 3 decades of authoritarian rule, the people of Sudan rose up, demanding freedom, dignity, and a chance at democracy. And for a moment, just a moment, hope felt real. A transitional government was formed, and 2 men became its protectors: General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, commander of SAF, and General Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, known as Hemeti, leader of the RSF. But power shared is power threatened. The turning point came when Sudan tried to reform its military system. RSF was ordered to merge into the national army, a move Hemeti resisted. Control of troops, control of territory, control of money. The merger was the fuse. Power was the match. And Sudan was the bomb. Chapter 3. The War for Gold and Minerals. Sudan is one of Africa's richest countries in minerals. And above all, gold. Tens of billions of dollars worth of gold lies beneath Sudan's land, enough to fund armies, sustain war, and attract foreign powers. RSF controls many of Sudan's major mining regions. Critics accuse the group of smuggling gold across borders to finance its operations. SAF controls another portion of the resources and ports used for exports. So yes, while the war appears political, its heart beats with economic power. Whoever controls Sudan's minerals controls Sudan's future, and whoever controls Sudan's future influences the entire region. Chapter 4. The Human Cost. Every war is a tragedy. But Sudan's tragedy is on a scale the world is not ready to face. More than 13 million people displaced, thousands killed, entire towns erased, children forced to beg for food, families torn apart, people walking hundreds of miles through deserts just to escape violence. This is not a civil war. This is a humanitarian collapse. In Darfur, a region already wounded by decades of ethnic conflict, violence has returned with frightening brutality. Villages burned, mass graves found. The world watches, but help is painfully slow. Behind every statistic is a face. A mother, a father, a child, a dream cut short by forces beyond their control. Chapter 5. Global Economic Impact. Sudan's crisis may feel distant to many, but its impact travels far across oceans, markets, and governments. A pressure on global shipping. Sudan sits beside the Red Sea, one of the world's busiest maritime corridors. Instability threatens shipping routes, increases insurance costs, and delays global supply chains. Rising gold prices. As gold smuggling increases and legal mining collapses, international gold markets become more volatile, affecting banks, investors, and even jewelry industries worldwide. Higher energy and transport costs. Any conflict near the Red Sea, especially near the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, raises the cost of fuel and global trade. Economic pressure on neighboring countries. Countries like Egypt, Chad, Ethiopia, South Sudan, and the Central African Republic feel the shockwaves. What happens in Sudan? does not stay in Sudan. Chapter 6. How America is affected by inflation and market volatility. Sudan's instability affects U.S. commodity prices. Gold becomes unpredictable. Shipping becomes costlier. Fuel markets react. All of this adds pressure on American inflation. B. Threats to global trade routes. The U.S. depends on safe Red Sea shipping lanes. Any instability threatens American companies, imports, and naval operations. See rival superpowers gaining influence. Russia has been linked to gold operations inside Sudan. Middle Eastern states are funding different factions. Every new player reduces American influence in Africa, a region critical to future global strategy. D. Humanitarian responsibility. The United States is often expected to lead relief efforts. More refugees, more starvation, more disease outbreaks all mean more pressure on U.S. resources and diplomacy. Where governments collapse, extremist groups rise. A destabilized Sudan may become a breeding ground for militancy, something U.S. intelligence cannot ignore. Chapter 7. The Road Ahead. So what comes next for Sudan? There are three possible paths. 1. Prolonged war. The conflict could last years, destroying more cities, displacing millions, and collapsing the country entirely. 2. Partition. Sudan could break into multiple regions, each controlled by different factions, a scenario feared by many analysts. 3. Negotiated peace. The best hope lies in international pressure, African Union mediation, and regional cooperation. A ceasefire followed by a political transition could stabilize the nation. But peace requires trust, and trust has become Sudan's rarest resource. In the quiet corners of Sudan, even as bombs fall and fear spreads, people still hold on to hope. A mother dreams of sending her children back to school. A farmer dreams of harvesting his land again. A child dreams of a day without gunfire. Sudan is more than a battlefield. It is a nation of poets, farmers, musicians, storytellers, and survivors. A nation that deserves peace. This war may reshape economies. It may challenge global powers. It may alter the future of Africa. But at its core, this is a human story, a story of courage, loss, resilience, and the unbreakable will to rise again. The world must not look away, because the fate of Sudan is a part of the fate of us all.